there too long. You been in there for a year, daddy, and you getting weak.
You getting soft.
You getting soft. I'm tired of treating you like a little buttercup.
Man up.
Man up, daddy.
And isn't that interesting? Because, and I'm going to get serious for a minute. I find that so interesting whenever Dion does that to his dad. And I understand why he's doing that, to motivate him and encourage him.
That buttercup took me out.
I get it. It's coming from a place of, concern and motivation. And I don't think he intentionally means any malice. But isn't that interesting how, oftentimes you'll hear men say that, men don't have the luxury of being vulnerable. And that if we are vulnerable as men, it'll be held against us. Yeah. Or we'll be seen as weak or lesser than. And here he is not saving space or not providing a safe space for his dad to be vulnerable with him and express his emotions. He's like, man up. But I guess for the little bit of his childhood that Ernesto was there for, right. I'm assuming that's how Ernesto raised him.
Right.
And so that's why he's responding in the way that he is and telling his daddy to basically man up, suck it up, stop crying, stop worrying. Remember who you are.
So if anybody didn't understand what happened on that con, let me break it down to you.
But I just think that's interesting how sometimes I don't think men realize that they uphold the patriarchy.
Right.
And they create this environment where they can't have a safe space to express their emotions and be vulnerable because they do it to each other. They take that luxury away from each other, which essentially was what Dion was doing in that moment. He wasn't allowing his daddy to really be vulnerable. He was almost like he was agitated.
That he was.
And maybe it makes him feel comfortable. Makes him feel uncomfortable to see his dad vulnerable and down. Like it messes with him mentally. So that's his only way of being able to handle it. And so that's why he responds the way he does. Like maybe he doesn't have the bandwidth to be that shoulder for his dad to cry on like Sonya can. He can't be that soft landing place. And it looks like maybe Ernesto don't really expect that. He doesn't really require that of Dion. So he more so he leans on Sonya to do the emotional labor and to be his safe space and his soft landing space where he can be vulnerable with his feelings. He puts that burden and that weight on Sonya, and she gladly accepts it. He makes her do the emotional labor. Black woman. But she wants it. She accepts it, so she's not a victim.
Get a pepperoni pizza meatball sub now at Firehouse Subs with Italian meatballs melted.
And that goes back to women have to set firm boundaries.
Yeah.
Not saying that you can't be that for your man. Not a victim.